Well, I got the 6-inch coil on the Legend and the Deus 2. A lot of people want to see this, you know, and it's not really a fair comparison. You know, you're talking about $1,000 more machine than the Legend with the Deus 2. And the Deus 1 performs very well on these tests here too. There's nothing in the concrete, nothing under this paper, right? I'm not trying to trick you guys. You guys should know this already, right? The Deus machines are the best in the iron. Nothing's gonna beat them, right? Period. You show me a machine beating the Deus 2 in iron. I'm not gonna start with the Deus. I'm gonna start with the Legend. And I see some tests out there with guys elevating nails with big coils on. Why in the hell would you be using a big coil in iron? Why would you be using multi-frequency, right? I don't use multi-frequency with any machine in the iron. Why would you want to do that? Because you have two different conductive metals here, right? Multi-frequencies struggle in the trash and they struggle in the iron, right? Here's a lower conductor right here and a higher conductor right here. Those two frequencies are going to be giving you signals like this, right? Single frequency is going to perform much better on every machine I've ever used in the iron and in the trash, period. So you can separate those targets out. Those multi-frequencies are just beating their heads together and they're trying to give you, one's trying to hit on this one and one's trying to hit on this one. And they just don't know what to do, right? It just confuses the machine when you put in multi-frequency. And why would I have a big coil in a situation where I'm around a lot of iron or trash, right? The more trash or the more iron that you have within the field of that coil is going to struggle, right? Because it's having to process all that iron under that coil, right? And I want the processor to be working on pinpointing targets in the iron. And to make that iron go away, you either have to dig it out or get a smaller coil. Smaller coils work much better in the trash, right? Just common sense, right? And I'll put this quarter in here and I'll test the Legend first. Actually, I'll make it really easy right now, right? Just to show you. And I might even test it in multi-frequency too, but here's my first test on it here. I'm in field. I'll go to part program, multi 1, right? Of course it's gonna hit it, right? I'll put this iron right here. Right. I'll turn my iron on here so you can hear it. Right? I have a lot of iron below the coil, right? Along with that coin there, right? It's a quarter, right? In multi 1. I'll try a dime. Of course, it's not going to hit the dime, right? It's smaller. It's a smaller target, so right. Just a reality to it, right? I'll go into single frequency, right? And it all matters. It all matters what kind of iron you're in. You know, a lot of people ask me, oh, what settings did you have when you're hitting this target and that target? I have no idea, right? I cannot tell you how to dial a machine into your sight. You have to learn that yourself, right? A lot of people ask me really complex questions about the settings and stuff. I have no idea, man. I don't know how to dial my machine. I don't know how to dial a machine into your soil or your conditions or what you're even going for, right? If there's a gold ring in here, this can perform a lot different, right? So I'll just test it here, right? Multi 1, part program, not hitting it, right? Not even a peep on it, right? Gain is at 27, 30 right here, 30 gain. Oh, I was getting a little beep there. It's just running unstable, right? I gotta turn it down here a little bit. Right. Take the iron out of there, right? Right. There's stark reality to it, right? I'll go to 4 kilohertz, right? And 4 kilohertz doesn't work good in iron, neither does high frequency. if you're in higher frequencies and there's big iron deep, you're going to fall just like the Deus 2, just like the Deus 1, just like the Equinox. If you put in the higher frequencies, that big iron, you're going to get a lot of pulsing on that big iron, and it's going to sound good, all right? 4 kilohertz. Right? Not even hitting it that way, right? Some machines do not like being close to iron right there, right? A lot of machines don't like being close to iron. But I'll show you the Deus 2. It's pretty ugly, man. There's nothing can beat the Deus 2 and iron. I'm not going to dispute that, and I'm not going to debate, and I'm not going to argue. The proof is in videos, and the proof has been there for many, many years that the Deus 2 and the Deus machines are superior in the iron to any machine ever built, period. If I was in a situation like this, I would not be taking any other machine except the Deus machines, period. End of story, right? End of story. 20 kilohertz. Right? I'll even put this quarter in here, test the single frequencies, right? Silver quarter, right? I'll even take the iron out of there, show you it really is a quarter, right? Oh, put this big one up on the top up here. Not even hitting it sideways like that, right? That's 20 kilohertz, 40 kilohertz. Nope, it's bumping on it right there. But it's not really hitting it. It's not really doing very well. So my recovery speed, I'll show you my recovery speed here. 8, right? Go up to 10 here on it. Cycle through through the programs. 15 kilohertz. I've had some really good results with this coil here in iron in 15 kilohertz. Right? 15 kilohertz. The reality of it, right? $600 machine, and you got $1,000 more for that machine, right? There's a $1,000 difference between these detectors right here, right? And this is a new machine, right? It's a mid-high level machine. Nothing will compare to the Deus 2, period, right? You can go to field program here. 20 kilohertz. Turn my iron on here. All metal. Show you. It's gonna hit it, right? A lot of machines struggle in iron, right? Not the Deus 2. Not the Deus 1 either. High frequency, man. High frequency coils. So my recovery speed's at 7. I'll go to 9 here. Field program 20 kilohertz. So if it's not hitting the quarter, you know what it's going to do on the dime, right? Not going to do it, right? Impossible, right? Show you the dime here. Right, it's there. Right. Elevated nail. It's about 1.5 inches. Elevated nail. Nickel here. So I'm in 20 kilohertz, right? No go on the nail. No go on the nickel either. So, you know, there's stark reality to it, right? Which machine would I rather take to the iron? It's gonna be the Deus machines, right? I want to be using the right machine for the right situation, and I want to be using the right coil. And I do a lot of testing like this, so I know what the limits of that coil, that program, those settings are. So I know which detector to take, right? I want to make use of my time productively. I don't want to be taking a machine that's going to struggle in a situation when I could be using that machine with that big coil out in another part of that site where it's going to be, you know, perform better than my other machines, right? So many people want to know what the difference between the Deus 2 is and other machines. There's just no comparison. They're really, it's just not a fair test, right? This Deus 2 is light years ahead of any detector that's probably even being developed at this time that's in secret, right? because those engineers at these other, like My Lab or Garrett or Technetics or Fisher, they're concentrating on their other machines and updating their other machines. And XP has been developing this machine for a lot of years, man. They haven't been sidetracked by other machines and other updates on their older machines, right? XP doesn't have very many machines out there, so they're able to concentrate on this technology and on one machine. They're not spending time on multiple machines, you know, putting out several machines throughout, you know, a few years period. You know, when was the last time XP came out with a machine? The ORX. That was like 3 years ago. What was the machine before that? It was like 13 years ago. Now they got a new machine, right? There's a reason why this performs so well, because they've been developing it for years and years and years. And they've been concentrating and focusing on one machine, right? Those engineers are genius, right? So fast program, right? No need to dial it in right here, right? Watch. Take the nickel out of there, right? Put the quarter in there, of course, right? And you can see what's gonna happen, right? I'm even 6-8 inches away from it, right? Still smashing it out. Put the dime in there. This is a little bit tougher test here, right? Because I'm in multi-frequency, right? To get those smaller targets, like I said, I'm in multi-frequency, so it's wanting to hit that iron and it's wanting to hit that dime, right? So it's going to give me mixed tones there, right? Right, I haven't even dialed it in or anything, you know. I mean, you can see the difference here. But I'll go into single frequency here. I can actually bump my recovery speed up here a little bit here. Actually, it's already at 3, so I'm not going to even continue with that. I'll just go to fast 40 here. Fast 40 program, single frequency, because it's already set up with the settings that I like already, except for it's in 2-tone. Watch. This is 40 kilohertz frequency. Watch. This 2-tone or 3-tone, right? Right. Put the quarter in there, right? I'm 8 inches away from it, right? 8 inches away from it. Smashes it out, man. Here's a nickel right here. And I'll even put it in pitch tones here. And I'll change frequencies here real quick too. It's in 2-tone now. It's in, I'll put in pitch tones here. Right. All right. All right. I don't see any other machine doing this, right? Now I'll change silencer at 0. Go down with my frequency here. 25 kilohertz. There's a nickel. Right. Here's a quarter. $13 kilohertz. Just smashes the crap out of it from a long way away too. Right. Here's the dime. Still doing something on it, right? Nickel right here. So I'm in the lower frequencies, it's going to struggle on that nickel. I'll go all the way up, all the way up. You got to know what frequency to be in for what kind of conditions you're in single frequency. High trash, high iron, thick iron, underwater. You know, you just got to know what frequency to be in. And you know, I just updated this Deus 2 and it's not performing nearly as well as the older version 6. But the Legend has not had an update, so you got to realize that too. So there's going to be some new features with the Legend. Is it going to perform any better? Probably not a lot better, but it'll just some more adjustments. You know, some more fine-tunable adjustments. That update will probably be here in a couple days, and hopefully they come out with a different update for the Deus 2. I've been struggling with the Deus 2 since they updated it. So, but I'm gonna update it again here on the version 6 and see if I can get some different performance out of the machine here. I'm just gonna upload the download the whole new updating program and see if it's my updating program that's making it perform like that. But there's a stark reality to this, right? There's a humongous difference between these two machines. Nothing will compare with the Deus 2 for a long time, right? The Nokta Legend is a very good machine. I've had very good results with it out in the field, and I was getting stuff that the Deus 2 missed. And I've even found some stuff in my yard here with this small coil here that all my other detectors were missing, right? It's very stable in the iron, right? That is a tough test for any detector except for the Deus machines right there, right? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.